Hi guys, this is Kunaal Roy Kapur, and you're watching me or you're listening to me on the Taking It Slow podcast. And I've had a fabulous 45 minutes talking to these two crazy fellows. So do like, subscribe to this page, and continue to follow these guys. They're a lot of fun.
It's another Sunday. You know what that means. It's time to take it slow. और विशु क्या हाल चाल?
बहुत सही हाल है यार. And with the guest that we have today, I have a conundrum for you. And this is a real incident that happened today. ठीक है, मैं मेट्रो में जा रहा हूँ बैठ के, मेरे साथ में एक बंदा बैठा है, उसके साथ में एक बंदा बैठा हुआ है. ठीक है, तो बीच वाला बंदा है. तो मैं सुबह जा रहा हूँ आराम से सोते हुए, और वो बीच वाला बंदा ने वो वाली वीडियोस चलाए हुए हैं जो प्रॉपर ऐसे टिकटॉकिश रील्स वाली वीडियोस नहीं होते, और जिनमें पीछे बैकग्राउंड में ही हा वो गंदा गंदा बैकग्राउंड म्यूजिक चलता है. ठीक है, और वो एकदम फुल वॉल्यूम पे उस बंदे ने चलाया हुआ. मेरी आँख खुलती है, मैं देखता हूँ, मैं उससे पूछता हूँ भैया आपके पास ईयरफोन्स हैं? और वो बंदा ऐसा है, जो ऐसा बंदा नहीं होता कि जो तेरे को क्या परेशानी है, ठीक है, तेरे को कोई दिक्कत हो रही है क्या? कहता नहीं है. मैं कहा तो फिर इसको स्लो कर लो थोड़ा. ठीक है, उसने स्लो कर लिया थोड़ा. ठीक है, स्लो करके बोलता रहा कि स्लो कर लिया, मैं मतलब आराम से बैठ गया. फिर भी अपने मन में बोला जा रहा है इससे ज़्यादा तो मेट्रो ही आवाज़ कर रही है, इससे ज़्यादा मेट्रो ही आवाज़ कर रही है. फिर उसके साथ वाले बंदे ने उसको बोला कि इसको स्लो कर लो थोड़ा. तो उसने बोला क्यों, आपको परेशानी हो रही है इससे? कहता हाँ मेरे को परेशानी हो रही है इससे. ठीक है, तो बंदे ने फ़ोन बंद कर लिया. एंड डू यू नो व्हाट ही डिड नेक्स्ट?
गाने गाने शुरू कर दिए उसने.
हाँ, वो गाना गाना छोड़ दिया. आए हो मेरी जिंदगी में तुम बाहर बन के. और ये बोल के अच्छा म्यूजिक अलाउड नहीं है मेट्रो में, और वो ये गा रहे हैं यार. मतलब हाउ डू यू डील विद सच अ पर्सन?
Instant respect to that person. मतलब ठीक है भाई, you might be an asshole but you are a funny asshole. Nice. So I've been realizing कि जितने तुम लोग देख रहे हो वीडियोस हमारा, वो कोई भी सब्सक्राइब या लाइक नहीं कर रहा है. So just to give you an added incentive of hitting that subscribe button, I have decided that from today onwards in episode, gain a subscription from you, I will tell you a dad joke. I will make a fool of myself. I know that joke is not funny. It is a dad joke for a reason. But if you subscribe it to me, I will continue to make fun of myself and tell you that joke. Vishu, are you ready for this?
And we have a subscriber count, a target subscriber count. कि जब वो हो जाएगा, then we'll stop making the dad joke. So all the more incentive for you.
So are you ready for this week's dad joke, Vishu?
I hope so. I don't know.
Here goes. My wife came into my room and started shouting, "You never listen to what I say." I said to myself, that is an interesting way to start a conversation.
Okay. So for the next 1 hour, while you listen to the podcast, just try to understand that one.
Speaking of the podcast, the real reason why we are here, we have a fantastic guest today. And why should we keep you waiting? Let's dive right in, people.
Yep.
IMDB defines our guest today as an actor well known for Delhi Belly and Ye Jawani Hai Deewani. What it does not tell you that he is one of the wittiest men on this planet who has a superpower of making you belly laugh each time you see him on screen. He's been in dozens of amazing films like Nautanki Sala, Loins of Punjab, Azhar, Kaalakandi, Love per Square Foot, and many, many more. He was also in Action Jackson. Apart from his movies, he's done loads of web series too. You might have caught him in TVF Tripling, Going Viral, Side Hero, Sandwich Forever, Bandish Bandits, etc. His work that I'm most hooked on to, however, is his podcast called Our Last Week, which he does with friend of our show, Anuvab Pal. He's an intelligent, funny, and most importantly, self-aware actor. It gives me a lot of pleasure to welcome on to the Taking It Slow podcast none other than Kunaal Roy Kapur. Hey Kunal, how are you, man?
Hey, hi. Good. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. I'm a little late, but I'm good.
So before we record every podcast, I research about our guest a little. What the hell is this dude? Why the fuck is this your Instagram DP? And this is your Instagram DP, and this is your Twitter DP. I mean, the contrast could not have been starker. What is going on?
Yeah.
Whatever. I actually go on Twitter quite often, but I don't tweet very often. I at the most I retweet that we've got a new podcast out or whatever.
Yeah.
So I like that picture. I haven't changed the Twitter thing for, I don't know, 5 years or something. I don't know how
wow.
old that is. And the Instagram one was one ad I did recently, and it was just one look that I had, and I took a picture, and I didn't have any pictures of myself, so I just put it, and I've left it there now for 6 months. So
That
might be
picture
pleased.
justifies that question, in Guardians of Galaxy or Avengers. Batista asks, right? Okay, why is Gamora? So
Yeah, why?
why is this?
And then I scrolled down one day and someone was actually requesting me to change the picture. They're like, "Bhai, please picture change kar do." They were like, and I said, "At least it's having
हम fan
some
होना
impact."
चाहते हैं.
Yeah,
हम
they were
fan
like,
बनना
"Please,
चाहते हैं.
yaar, ये picture, what is this, yaar? ये क्या लगा रखा है, yaar?"
So you just said that you rarely tweet out anything from your Twitter account. Is there pressure from your media team के क्यों नहीं tweet करते हो कुछ? You have to maintain a public profile, Kunal.
There is pressure generally to be more active on social media platforms, on Instagram, on Twitter, on whatever, Facebook. But I've always been averse to it. I just see, like on the podcast, I think someone is tuning in for your opinion. Like someone saying, "I like this guy. I want to hear what, like maybe he'll make me laugh, something funny." On Twitter, if I'm responding to someone that I follow and then someone else is, and then I'm responding and I'm liking, disliking something, commenting on something, it gets very messy. I'm not a big fan of that world. Even on Instagram, I don't like to share anything. I'm not saying it's because I'm semi-known or something like that. I just don't like putting anything out from my life, like where I am, what I'm doing, start putting out
in
everything.
The profession that you are in, isn't some level of vanity, some level of public profiling important to an extent? I mean, so airport looks are a thing now, are an official thing now. Trips to
Gym looks.
Maldives. Trips to Maldives are an official thing now. You cannot be a success unless you've been to the Maldives and clicked 17,000 pictures.
Yeah, I'm
Gym
going next year. I'll go.
Next year is a breakout year finally.
Yeah, it's my breakout year. I'm working on my airport look. I've got the tickets, but I haven't figured out what I'm wearing to the airport.
The wardrobe.
Yeah.
And which paparazzis to call before going.
Correct.
वहाँ पे तो
भाई मैं आ रहा हूँ.
So isn't some level of vanity necessary in your profession, and do you feel that you might be missing out on something because you are by nature someone who does not want to share an airport look or his trips to Maldives or whatever?
No, I don't mind sharing it. I don't think people are interested in my airport look. I mean, like my airport look is whatever. It's just whatever I'm wearing. But honestly, I know what you're saying. Like, these things build. Like, if you go to the airport dressed like a star, people then know that, okay, some star has come and now maybe we should take this person's photo. If you go dressed like a whatever, like a middle-aged gray.
Kunal, cussing is allowed on the podcast, just FYI.
Okay. Yeah. So if you go looking like a fuckpot like me, then no one is really that interested, or no one even notices really, like someone really has to be looking to see that, oh, is this somebody? And then they're like, it can't be because he looks like such a chute. And then you're like, then for 40 minutes they're just thinking, it's not. Then they'll argue and all that stuff. So that I actually like that, I like that, like that it's not possible for that guy to be this guy, this guy nahi ho sakta hai.
तो मैं इसमें अपने 10 MB मेमोरी क्यों वेस्ट करूं फोटो लेके?
हाँ यार, ये कौन है यार? और अगर है भी तो इतना चुतिया लग रहा है कि इसके साथ फोटो नहीं लेना, छोड़. So
किसी को दिखाऊंगा तो मानेगा नहीं. हाँ,
मानेगा ही नहीं. So there's that, but I know what you're saying, that like things build, like if you build that persona, if you build that, but I just feel that though there is a place for all of that, and there is a place for people who get excited by that and who want that in their lives, who want to feel that like stardom or that.
Yeah, they want to show people that my life is better than yours.
Not only my life is better, but also stardom means something to them, For me, like I mean, I'm not saying I don't love the love that I get and the appreciation I get, but it's not what drives me to do stuff. What drives me to do stuff is actually just eating good food and spending time with the family and whatever I do to be able to do that. That's what drives me, and doing good work. Trying to do good work. So that is where your priorities lie. Then I don't know whether you're really so keen to do all the other stuff. It's honestly it's generally very boring. Like to, I mean, imagine that you have a 7:30 flight. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm saying imagine waking up at 5:30 to do makeup and your hair and all that stuff. Then you go to Hakim Alim and all. You set your hair properly. Then like by 6:30 you're ready. Then you've got a wardrobe.
And you're
person
calling
who's
Viral
coming.
Bhayani कि हाँ
Yeah,
मैं please
Viral
be
कि
ready.
भाई तू आया नहीं, then you're waiting outside the airport till the photographers arrive कि भाई मेरा
Yeah.
flight छूट जाएगा, photographers कहाँ हैं? So then so then all this is going on. So is that the life that you want to lead, or you just want to land up at the airport in your chaddis and take the flight?
Yeah.
Like just roll out of. So that is I don't know. So but I'm not saying that that's wrong. I think that there
Yeah,
is a
yeah.
place for that, and I think that people should do that. It's just not my scene. Yeah.
You just said that you want to do good work. That's what drives you. Define good work. Stuff that gives you excitement, or stuff that is successful or gets you appreciation. Stuff that you like
No,
doing with your
it's not.
friends. What is good work?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think there are many things to that. Good work can sometimes mean just good process. Like sometimes it can just mean the process of doing something is good. That means you've learned something, you've spent time with very fun people, intelligent people, and you've spent 2-3 months doing something where the process has been enjoyable. That is one sort of good
Yeah.
work. Because you just then after that, then you don't know, which way it's going to go. Have you all shat yourselves, or have you all finally कुछ अच्छा किया है कि क्या हक के आए हैं? We don't know, but I'm saying कि
You had to
basic,
get in the shit joke initially. No? Had to do it.
that had to slide it in.
Had to.
So,
You have to put it out. Yeah.
I had to, yeah. But so that is one success. If I boil it down, I what I like most is working with good people. Like sometimes you work with a really good actor, and and suddenly something just like you feel like shit. I better up my game. I can't sleepwalk through this. Suddenly you're. I mean, you're on the ball, but sometimes they just like with the way they just say a line, or the way they like you see that and you say shit. I better stay on my toes over here.
And
It's not about being
and
and
better
not
not
let it
let this
slip.
person down. Huh.
Yeah, not let that person down. Don't let it slip, and don't end up looking like an ass in front of that person. Like so you feel like upping your game. So that also happens. So that's why it's nice. It's good fun to be challenged every day at work. But yeah, so I guess good work is many different sort of things.
Are you consistently able to do good work that satisfies you as a person?
No. You're not consistently able to do good work that constantly. It's impossible.
Yeah.
I
Just
don't
like
think
any other
anyone.
job, huh? Just like
Then
any
how
other
do
job.
you? then
Yeah.
how do you? I mean, maybe it is because it is the job, but then how do you push yourself? How do you keep yourself going through the not so good aspect of the job? Because on day 2 or 3 you realize that या तो मैंने गलती कर दिया है साइन करके, या मैं ये जो मैं प्रोजेक्ट कर रहा हूँ वो मैंने किसी अल्टीरियर रीजन से किया है, या मुझे करना
Correct.
पड़ रहा है इसलिए मैंने किया है. तो
Yeah.
day 2
So
or day 3 you realize that.
I have to say that I stay fully committed to whatever I've signed up to do, in the sense that I'll follow through with it. I won't. I mean, if they're following through, I'll follow through. I won't turn back or something like that.
You're a professional,
But
of course.
yeah, but I feel that at most times you know what you're stepping into. You had a narration, you read a script, you signed up for this, and you knew that this could go either way. This could be good, this could be not so good. But you did it, you needed to do it, whatever it was, and now you're doing it. So now just and honestly, how lucky are actors to do what we do. So like I just feel that to crib about being given a chance to act. It's such a like someone saying कि भाई तू जो film करना मेरे लिए film करना, and you're like yeah, and then you're cribbing कि fuck I don't, you're mad or what? Look at what you're doing for a living. Out of that full day of 8 hours, 10 hours shoot, you work for like 30 minutes. Chal, you work for 3 hours, 4 hours, you work for 5 hours in a day, on a heavy day. Rest of your life, you have every opportunity to work out, you have every opportunity to do whatever you want to do, take meetings,
Chill in your van.
chill in your van. I'm saying you have a very good life by and large. It's not a bad life. So now to be cribbing about, not this is not right, yeah, मेरे साथ ये fuck off,
This
यार.
is
You're an
this is not my
actor.
vision.
This is not my vision. I don't like. Listen, you signed up. Just do it now. This is
मेरा मेकअप अच्छे से नहीं हुआ है, मेरा हेयर
नहीं
डन
हुआ
अच्छे से
है.
नहीं है.
नहीं, I'm saying get into those arguments. वो सब है. Like, हाँ है, अच्छा नहीं है, मेकअप नहीं. Do वो सब करो. But don't crib about
Your life.
what you've signed up to do, your life and all
Fair,
that.
fair.
Now, I think as actors, it's a little pricey to be doing that. Yeah, we have an opportunity to do a very rare thing. Very few people get these chances, and to then get that chance and say कि ये अच्छा, like, if this was, fuck off, yeah, just do it, and take some good ones will come, some bad ones will come. Just keep doing it. Yeah.
Is there any
Yeah.
part of your job that you find boring? Matlab, obviously, you are an actor, you love to act, lead a good life. But so we've had actors previously on the podcast as well. They've mentioned कि promotion का जो part होता है, जो facing the press वाला part होता है. You've made the product, you are in love with the craft, you've enjoyed doing that thoroughly. But that is the part that you aspired becoming an actor for. Now the next step, which is marketing the product that you've just made, is the hellacious thing that you did not sign up for.
Correct.
Is that something that you resonate with as well, or do you enjoy the post production, the marketing, the media spread? You enjoy every bit of it?
No, I hate that. I mean, I honestly, that is like, and I've told this to people also that if you want, I'll act for free, but you pay me solid money for promotions.
And to answer those interview questions,
And to the questions
rapid
and all.
fire.
Yeah, ये सब. We're going to play a game now. I'm like, इसके मैं पैसे लूंगा भाई. Game, we just have a short game. It's a short game. It's only going to take 10 minutes. At that point, I'm saying you just take out your checkbook, because I'm not playing any game over here. Like, what is all this? Yeah, we have 12 questions. And then, like, especially during promotions, when people are trying to do their own show with a celebrity. And I've been for so many of these other things where, you go to some helmet showroom or you go to some plywood showroom because they've paid for the cost of the ticket for you to come to, wherever you've come, Indore or wherever. And then वहाँ पे जाके एक photo लेना है. I'm like, listen, you're wasting my time. No promotion is going to happen. No, he's going to get one photo out of it. You're trying to pay for the plane ticket for this thing. This is all rubbish,
No, seriously, Kunal, when I watch those interviews for the promotion movies and the type of questions that are being asked, I try to think what would my answer would be to those questions. कि आपका favorite खाना क्या था? मेरा कोई favorite खाना नहीं है यार.
And these questions have gone through a level of filtration. मतलब उसके editor ने वो approve किया है. There are 2 people above that person जिसने वो लिखा है. एक level above approve है, उसके ऊपर approve किया. हाँ, ये final हम पूछेंगे.
ये अच्छा.
And post production में edit okay.
Pranks क्या थे set पे? This question has passed through the sieve. वो पूरे like छाननी में से वो यही निकल के आया है कि what pranks did you play on set? So I like, for me, those interviews are the death of life. And the thing is that I have to say that the people haven't seen the movie. They haven't got enough context of how to ask the questions. So abroad, sometimes what they do is that they do a preview for the press. They do a preview for them. So the press comes in a little prepared कि भाई अच्छा ऐसा film है. Or they give them enough information to ask them questions very pertaining to the movie. But I think people over here are not interested in the filmmaking.
Process,
They're not
yeah,
interested
yeah.
in actors process.
Personal
और
life
वहाँ
में क्या
पे
हो रहा है वो
और
बताओ.
यहाँ पे ज्यादा
हाँ.
actors process है भी नहीं. So I'm saying you can't even get into that much. You know कि आपका process क्या था, कि आपने
कैसे आप
क्या, you
कैरेक्टर
know,
में आए.
कैसे आपने, you know, approach किया, what is your thing, or even the directors, you know, what are your influences, or the cinematographer. क्या, I mean, abroad they have very serious filmmaking questions also. You know, some of those interviews, and some of them have very serious filmmaking magazines also, which are like hardcore about cinematography and about ye and wo. Here, you know, people are only interested in the stars, and they're
Yeah.
interested in the stars' lives, and they're interested in you
Getting
know,
a
the
scoop.
stars' personalities and a scoop, but they're not interested that much in the
The
film
product.
itself. But I feel that some films have got this right, you know, and you see with films like, say, Bahubali, or you see any of like some of Amir's films also, with the marketing, they drive it very strongly towards the film. Like with Bahubali, you will see, or his new film that's coming out now, Raja Mauli's new film that's
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
come out, they'll do a full promo which is only the making of that film.
Yeah.
And what's getting you excited is like, wow, look at these effects, look at what they're doing, look at all these things. These are the stunts, this is the scale, this is the. So you're getting a sense ki, acha, now I'm going to see some magnum opus, now I'm going to see. So they know how to sell, you know, they figured out ki, acha, this is what audiences want to see, right? They want to see big explosions, you want to see
Yeah.
this, you want to see some nice effects. So let's show them some of that behind the scenes. Ki itna bada set hai, production designers are standing with itna. So you see those clips now on YouTube, and you're like, oh my god, this is going to be huge. I don't know, good, bad, and all, but kuch to hoga isme. Here now we haven't cracked that in the Hindi film industry. Very few movies are doing this. You know, who are focusing on, you
The
know,
movie,
like
like
forget,
making a movie
yeah,
bigger
the
than the star,
movie
right?
movie
Yeah.
bigger than the star, you know, and the star is there, and you are ultimately going to say what are the pranks that you played on set, but what is the set, you know, how big was the set, what set, so like
Where
that
did you
is,
play the pranks on the set?
where did you prank, yeah, इतना बड़ा set है, आपने कहाँ पे इतने बड़े set पे कहाँ पे prank कहाँ पे किया यहाँ पे, मतलब एक 10 एकड़ का set है. Now you're going to ask me about pranks on this also.
कुणाल, डू यू एवर गूगल योरसेल्फ कि आज क्या छपा है नया मेरे बारे में? जैसे अब इंटरव्यू क्वेश्चन की तो बात कर ही रहे थे, राइट?
I'll be honest. I'll be honest. I have a Google alert. I have a
About
Google
yourself.
alert
Follow. Yes.
on my
Start
name.
yourself. Yeah,
Right.
start yourself.
So on my name. So if anyone writes anything कि इतना बड़ा चूतिया मैंने कभी, so anything that comes on the thing, I'll get that update. Generally, they're to do with Kunaal Kapur, Kunaal Kemu, any other Kunals keep popping up. But once in a way, if some article or something is written, then I get to see कि अच्छा किसी ने कुछ लिखा है.
Yeah,
So I
I
do have
read,
an
I
alert.
read, I read an article during the research. I read an article which said हिना खान ने फोर्स की अपने co-star कुणाल कपूर को पाउट करने के लिए, सेल्फी लेने के लिए. That is the headline of an article.
Wow.
So yeah,
Yeah.
good job with pouting, Kunal. Good job with
Yeah,
pouting.
yeah.
It made the news. It made the
And
news.
good job for the journalist also, यार.
Where, what
Again, it has led
in-depth
कहाँ
research
से
he's done.
spoof निकल सकता है?
3 levels of filtration before going on a website.
My God, yeah. Amazing.
Talking of googling yourself, have you ever searched for your pictures on Google? So during my research, I was looking for something for the thumbnail as well. So I searched Kunal Roy Kapoor wallpapers. Second picture आपका नहीं है उसमें. Second picture is that of your brother. Who, of course,
Oh,
he's
really?
topless, showing washboard
Yeah,
abs, of
yeah.
course.
That
Correct.
needs to be
Of course.
reported, man. That
Correct.
needs to be reported.
I'll tell you.
So have
I'll
a-
tell you that. Yeah, that should be. There should be a this thing on that. But you know, I actually don't have. I haven't done many photo
Photo
shoots.
shoot.
Yeah.
So I have very few
It's evident.
photographs out there. So so there are no. I mean, there might be some screen grabs from some
Yeah.
movies or something like that, but I haven't done many photo shoots of, like, you know, to just put pictures out. I think I need to do that so that at
You
least
should.
you can get a thumbnail out of it at least.
Yeah. I think that's the one positive thing that you're going to take out of this podcast. Yeah.
हाँ, फोटो शूट करना है भाई एयरपोर्ट लुक में.
Acha, as I said in my intro, IMDb says that you are famous for Delhi Belly and Ye Jawani Hai Deewani, not Action Jackson, of course. Uh, do people ever realize that you were in Just Mohabbat as well?
Yeah, a lot of people do remember Just More, but I don't know whether they think of me. But I think people do remember me. Some people who were fans of the show do remember me from Just More. But even Action Jackson, I have to say that a lot of people on the street or just randomly recognize me more from Action Jackson than from
Wow.
Delhi Belly. Yeah,
Delivery.
yeah, because Action Jackson plays a lot on television.
Ah, okay.
Is it going to be the
Fortunately or
next Surya
unfortunately,
Vansham?
but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But it does play a lot on television. Even Nautanki Sala, people actually
Yeah, yeah.
even that plays a lot on television. Delhi Belly actually doesn't play on television. So only people who have seen it or who
Hmm.
can stream it or watched it when it released. But uh,
The average man on the
it's
street
not a,
might not have seen it. Yeah,
yeah, because it doesn't play on television at all.
yeah.
Whereas
The most. Hmm.
all these others play a lot on TV. So, and that's when you realize even with that TV stars are just so much more recognizable and in people's homes than film stars.
Kunal, I'm very curious about how would your kids' friends recognize you? I mean, the mainstream things that you have done are debatable, to say the least.
As a
are
parent,
question
yeah.
are questionable, to say the least. Have your kids seen the Schmitten ad?
No, they have not. In fact, now most people have seen the Schmitten ad. Actually, they have
Okay,
seen the Schmitten ad. They have seen, but it's very. I mean, it's harmless, so they are okay with that. That's
sure.
fine.
So, in case anybody who's listening or watching hasn't seen the Schmitten ad, please go
Thank you
and
so
watch
much.
it.
Thanks. Wonderful. So the thing is that in that Schmitten ad, there was a time, and they didn't release it properly because of obviously censor reasons, and they like
Hmm.
this is too ugly to put on national television. Like, and we've seen some bad shit, but this is too much. This is like like we've had
We don't want to
riots
scar
and all
people.
breaking out, but this is worse than that. So, anyway, but I've mentioned this on the podcast also, one of the early podcasts about the experience of working on that Schmitten ad. Because if this thing, I'm in a langot over there, and in the ad,
Hmm.
so it looks like I'm fully naked. But
Yeah.
there I am in a sort of thong kind of chaddi. And I'm in a hotel which is defunct. Okay, वहाँ पे कुछ नहीं. It's a खंडर. वहाँ पे मतलब it's been like that blue. What is that centaur at अपना Juhu? You know that's
Ha
Juhu
ha ha
signal.
ha ha.
It's
Ha,
a
right.
खंडर. There's nothing over there. It's like all the rooms. It's like I've shot a horror film also over there. So, but it's like dusty,
Hmm.
dark, no electricity, no AC. It's literally like a horror film. And वहाँ पे there was one guy who was standing with one air blower,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
he was
Hmm.
just doing his job, and his job was to keep me cool. So I was standing over there in my langot, and this one guy, a bearded guy, simple fellow, was just looking at me, and he was standing there with this air blower with this like it wasn't even cold air; it was like this lukewarm kind
Yeah.
of air coming, trying to keep me so I don't sweat. And he was just staring at me, and he was smiling like this. And he was wondering, like, so we both were wondering at that moment, what are we doing with our
क्या
lives?
कर रहे हैं आप? हाँ.
हाँ, like अपनी जिंदगी, he was saying, I'm standing in this hotel blowing this naked man with the air blower, and he is naked staring at me. So that moment that we shared, na,
He's
he was
letting me
like,
blow him. He's letting me blow.
yeah.
Heart to heart.
I was like, both of us are so fucked in this situation, na, who was worse off, I didn't know. But it was where you question all the decisions of your life. Na, that was one of those
I thought
sort
there
of
would be
decisions.
more to the story कि he was blowing air और मैंने बस वो लंगोट पहना हुआ था और वो उतर गया. I was like कि अच्छा
नहीं,
साइड
नहीं,
हीरो का वो साइड हीरो का वो
Side hero
पहला
का
सीन
first
यहीं
shot
से
याद
आया
आया
है
तेरे
क्या?
को?
Yeah.
It was much more heart
Heartfelt.
heart to heart.
Yeah.
Watching Side Hero का first episode itself instantly tells you that you are a very very self-aware person.
Amazing
You,
episode.
मतलब, hats off. Is that self-awareness lost on people today, especially in the industry that you work in your opinion? So this is a refreshing thing for me because it does not happen very often. You do not see many such shows or movies or any kind of content put out that is very very self aware.
Like
I
it's a
mean,
satire on your own self.
yeah. So is why is it so rare, and is that self awareness lost on people in the industry?
Again, I have to say that I can't speak for the whole industry or the whole industry sensibilities, because my interaction is limited to the people that I've interacted with. So but in terms of the output of the industry, or in terms of the projection of how people do find it difficult um, to laugh at themselves, or at their
Hmm.
situation, or at their lives, or at their predicaments, or whatever. Um, so I think that there is also a certain image of stardom that we have in this country, that if you break that, then suddenly you're not a star. Then you're, like, if you don't hold on to those things, then suddenly you, अरे then ये तो,
तो
then
अपना
he's
ये
like
अपने जैसा ही है, हाँ.
अपने जैसा ही है वो. So then if you break that, you lose that. Like, I think people have a fear of losing that sheen, at some level,
Hmm.
that sort of
Hmm.
like that image, in a sense.
Their
I guess
brand
that's
per se, their
their
brand.
brand, or like. But people do it, like I see, like, some of, like, I think Shah Rukh does it very often with himself. He constantly is self-referencing, but he's poking fun at others, he's poking fun at himself at the same time. I think some people do it more than other people, but it's a style of humor that I like a lot. Even if I'm not playing myself, like a version of myself, like in
Hmm.
Side Hero. Comedy works on that level only. It works on the level of either you're saying very funny things and you're a smart guy, or you're saying stuff that people are saying, how stupid is this guy, or how. So you're constantly hitting yourself on the head, either with your dialogues or physically. Like earlier, it was slapstick is you
Yeah,
fall, and
basically, yeah.
other comedy is that you're just, you're making fun of yourself constantly, your own life. Why do you think stand-up comedy people, the ones who really thrive, are the ones who are making fun of their situation,
Yep.
how they see the world and how the world is interacting with them, you know like a Zakir Khan, or any one of these people. At many levels, they are
Yeah,
making fun of themselves,
They're
their own
relatable.
stories.
yeah, and their own story. So that's why I think that's the level at which comedy works on in many ways. I'm not saying that this is the only way. There are many
Yeah.
ways. You cannot get into self-referencing or self-deprecating humor. You cannot go there and still be very funny. But
Hmm.
I'm just
Hmm.
saying that this is one style that I have generally in a lot of movies.
Yeah.
Also, you'd see that there's a lot of that. Like, even if it's Ye Jawani or Nautanki, the character has a lot of flaws, and you're laughing at that, but
Hmm.
you're also
Hmm.
a little bit fond of that person at the same time. But you're also
Yeah.
laughing at him, at his frailties, or whatever it is. So that is what people kind of have tuned in, and generally they cast me in that sort of zone. But again, it comes from being open to any kind of role.
Yeah.
Now, tomorrow, for me, being a horrible person also is difficult. Like, say I
Hmm.
was to play a wife beating, child abusing asshole.
Yeah.
Now, it's not easy. I'm saying that you have to. That's how you're going to be portrayed finally, and that's how
Hmm.
Yeah.
you're going to be seen. And that's how people have to accept you. Now they've seen you in so many things, and now suddenly they're going to see you as a
See
wife
you.
beating, child abusing asshole. It's very
Yeah.
difficult for people to accept.
To,
So that's
to
why,
digest. Yeah.
yeah, to digest. And that's why that's where casting difficulties come in. Will people like, वो हजम होगा कि नहीं? Will people be able to accept the fact that this guy who they've laughed with so much, who they've enjoyed so much, they've so many frailties, now he's seriously bad? Yeah, he's not like
Hmm. Hmm.
dicking around. Well, actually,
Yeah.
he's a horrible guy. So I'm saying, I don't know where. So that's where casting sort of obstacles come in. That's where molds are created. That's where
Hmm.
perceptions have to be broken. That it's a character. We're just telling a story over here, but many times it won't work. Now, tomorrow, if I told you I'm going to cast, it can work also. Like, if I'm going to cast Bill
Ranveer Singh
Murray,
as a
or
Ranveer Singh as a sane guy.
Yeah, now that's difficult to accept, you know what I'm saying? Like, अरे ये तो पागल ही है, how can he be a normal guy यार? ये तो ऑफिस में जाके काम कर रहा है, ये तो नॉर्मल
Yeah.
मतलब ये सेल्समैन है, नहीं होता है यार, ये ऐसा नहीं हो सकता है. Why isn't he doing
Yeah.
all this and all that stuff? Like, why isn't he doing all this? नहीं यार, ये I don't want this. So I'm saying that
Yeah, I
there is
think-
that, you know. हाँ, we
And
want to
that's
see
why
him
I have
dance and all. We want to see
that's why I
Serious,
have
yeah.
massive that's why I have massive respect for Paresh Rawal. I mean, no matter
Yeah.
what character you throw him into, he can pull off a Babu Rao Apte with the same effectiveness. He can pull off that villain in Table 21 with the same effectiveness. He can really portray
Yeah.
the wide assortment. He can be a horrible, menacing villain as well, and he can be
Yeah,
the funniest guy
but
on screen
but
too.
I feel that a lot of that comes in phases of your career, like
Okay.
Earlier he was a
like
villain.
generally,
then a comic.
like yeah. So it comes in phases. It doesn't generally come mixed up within 1 or 2 years. You know, like
Hmm.
so there was a phase when you know Paresh Rawal was the villain, just the
Yeah.
villain.
Hmm.
Then he started veering towards comedy. Then he started veering towards drama. Then he started veering against. So I'm saying that these phases come and go, you know, and so you need those 1 or 2 films to sort of kind of transition from one genre to another genre. People then start accepting, oh my god, he's damn funny. Yeah, this Paresh
Yeah.
Rawal. I only saw him as a rapist earlier. Now he's totally funny. So, so you know you need that transition phase. You need that movie to say, "Arey, he's damn good in this also." So,
Yeah.
sort of.
Acha, you've done a lot of web series in the past few years. A lot of them. I mean, Tripling, yes, Side Hero,
Tripling,
Sandwich,
Side Hero, yeah, Sandwich.
Bandesh Bandits, etc. Why so many web series? Ekdam se. Do you like the process, or so? What we have understood from the past guests that we've had on, कि web series बनाने का process बहुत efficient होता है. So as an example, we had the pleasure of having Gulshan Devaiya here. तो वो बता रहे थे कि जब मैं रामलीला पे काम कर रहा था तो मैं दिन में 15 मिनट या 10 मिनट काम करता था और वो प्रोसेस चला था 2.5-3 महीना. अब सेम चीज जब मैंने अफसोस बनाया तो 16 दिन में पूरा का पूरा 8 एपिसोड्स का सीरीज खत्म हो गया 16 दिन में. तो इट इज अ लॉट मोर एफिशिएंट because of n number of reasons. So why web series? Is that the process? Is the ROI very good for web series? Do you like the process in general, or is it what is in trend right now? Is it what is being offered to you a lot more? Why so many web series of late?
Yeah, it's a combination of that. I think what's coming my way more is web series. I think the opportunity to do nice character roles like a Sandwiched or a Bandish or a side hero, where you get an opportunity to even play the central character. Although it's called side hero, I am sort of the lead in the series.
Yeah.
Or even Sandwiched, you're one of the 6 like main characters in the show. So firstly, for an actor to get an opportunity to do something where you're spending your time and you're getting your full sort of chance to do a full show with you as one of the primary characters, it's nice. It's a great feeling to do that. In a film, films being made right now are few and far between. Like there'll be. I mean, the films at scale, and honestly, you'd only want to be a part of films that are done at a certain scale with certain people, with certain production houses, where it's going to get a good release. Because I've had experiences in the past where, working with people who haven't been so experienced has not worked out because they just don't have the muscle to push a film through. When it comes to a film, that much more important to work with people who ki bhai, this is going to see the light of day.
The right team is important.
The right team is important, the right director, the right script, the right role, the right production house. So I'm saying many factors come in. Whereas with a web series, ki acha platform is on board. This is the script, this is the role. Itne din mein shoot karna hai, and you're one of the primary characters. This is the thing. And 20 din ka kaam hai, 30 din ka kaam hai, and we're going to juice it nicely. We're going to have fun. And again, very good teams, like even on Bandish Bandits, we had I've worked with Anand again from President is Coming Times and all of that. So again, known him for such a long time, with Sandwiched forever. Again, a very a crack team of people to work with. So yeah, again, fun people, fun process, and you don't feel like but I don't agree that like it depends on the film and how efficient the film is. Now I can understand Gulshan saying that on Ram Leela because
Yeah.
you know the director has a
It was a
certain
magnum
style of
opus.
yeah, and there's a certain style of working. You know, no,
Yeah. Yeah.
curtain ka color, whatever. You get into all of that, then it's going to take time, and that's fair.
Yeah.
Whatever, that's your process. That's your
That's
process.
his vision. Yeah.
That's his way he wants to make his movies. But there are people in films as well who are within 25 days you can shoot a full movie, you know,
Yeah. If you have
and
Akshay
very
Kumar in it.
efficient. Yeah. Well, then, yeah. And that too shooting from like 6 to 6 and you're done and all of that. So,
तो
yeah,
दिन
so
में
it
2 मूवी
depends.
शूट कर सकते हो हाँ.
हाँ, आराम से. Yeah.
What do we look forward to from you in the near future? What are you excited about? What is coming up?
You know, I'm happy that that our last week is continuing into the third season, and we've moved into a slightly different format now. So it's good fun to continue that show. As far as there are second seasons of a couple of web series that I did last year, which will be shooting now and hopefully out. And film wise, there's just that one with Prabhas, which should be out in Jan, which is a whole new experience for me. I don't know how that will be seen, but it's my first experience speaking in Telugu, so let's see how that goes. And apart from that, of course, Maldives. That's what I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to.
Maldives
in
is
Jan.
coming up. Yeah.
And a photo shoot.
Break out
And a
here.
photo shoot. And a photo shoot.
And a photo shoot, correct.
Kunal, I'll be very honest. I haven't laughed this much during any of my previous 60 episodes. You have been a blast. Thank you for taking so
Thank
much
you.
time out, man.
Thanks,
It was
guys.
amazing having
Yeah.
you.
It's been great being on the show, and I just want to tell all your listeners that if they're listening to your show, then they're listening to a couple of good guys. So keep listening and yeah, keep going, man. This podcasting is a tough business, but it grows and it grows and it and you know, and when you have good people following, they kind of they follow you through, and they really look forward to new episodes. So that's great.